Hello everyone. I hope you all are fine and having a good health. So today we are going to revise whatever we have studied in the whole week. This video is basically a revision video. Starting from the imaginative writing. So, what is an imaginative writing? So, in imaginative writing, the writer expresses his thoughts and feelings in a very unique and imaginative way. The writer expresses his feelings and emotions instead of just presenting the facts and realities of the world. And this writing that is based on free thinking is comes into the category of creative writing. Basically, imaginative writing is also a part of creative writing in which a writer expresses his feelings freely. Next, we have comprehension. What is a comprehension? A comprehension is a complex cognitive process involving the intentional interaction between the reader and text to extract meaning. So, in a comprehension, the reader and writer has a connection. In that connection, the author is trying to say something, and the reader tries to extract the meaning of the text. There is no verbal communication, but the communication is totally based on the text. So the reader reads the comprehension and comprehend and thinks whatever the writer wants to say and extract the meaning of it. Now, what are the steps to solve comprehension? First of all, read the paragraph carefully 2 to 3 times until you understand what does the writer wants to say. Then read the questions carefully that are given at the end of the comprehension passage. Read them one by one and find out whether you fully understand them. So, to solve the comprehension, you need to understand the questions very deeply. Now, the third step is to find the answer to the first question and think that in the comprehension which part was having the answer to this question. After that, the fourth step is to take up another question. Like if you have solved the first one, you will move on to the second one. Then you will solve the second question and uh, find out the answer to that question. After that, the final step is to write down all the answers in your own words. You should not copy the exact wording from the comprehension passage. In fact, you should use your own words while writing the answers to the questions. The answers should be brief and to the points, and you should not write any irrelevant information in that. Next, we have descriptive writing. Now, what is a descriptive writing? A descriptive writing is that in which a person uses all his five senses to describe a thing, place, or an object or a feeling. In descriptive writing, the writer must describe the place, object, or feeling so well that the reader can picture it in his or her mind. So, when you're describing a thing, when you're writing the descriptive writing, you are describing a thing, a person, a place, or feeling. So, you should use such words that when the reader reads that, he or she depictures everything in his mind. Like there is a picture that is running in his mind, a scenery or a landscape. If you're describing something and you're describing the sound of it, you should describe it in such a way that the reader could actually hear that in his mind. And if you're describing a thing, that how it looks, that you should use such words that the reader could actually see that thing. Similarly, if you are using any of these five senses, you should describe them in such a way that the reader actually feels those things. So this is what you do in the descriptive writing. You describe that thing in such a way. Next, we had done unit number 1 till paragraph number 4. This unit is about an elephant whose rider has been killed or has been died due to an accident. The story takes place in Burmese forest, where there are Burmese people who are under the control or under the domination of an Englishman whose name is Mackit, and the people call him Maketakin. Now, what happens in this story is the rider who has been killed of that elephant. The elephant's name is Shvedok. So she's a female elephant, and after the death of her rider, she is so disturbed, and she is so restless that she keeps on uh, moving her ears, flapping her ears, and clawing in the air with the tip of her trunk. She is not getting rest at all. So the uncle of the rider who has been died, he took charge of that elephant Shvedok, and now he has tied that elephant with a tree. That person who is now in charge of Shvedok, his name is Hasinok, and he knows that the elephant could be very dangerous in such situations, so he has tied the elephant with such heavy iron chains that are used in the harshening of the logs, that are the pieces of wood. So now the elephant has been tied between two large and immovable trees. In the next paragraph, the fourth one, we have studied that the person who was telling us the story, he says that it was about 1 or 2 hours that he has slept, and after that he has waken up due to the trickle of water that is falling from the roof of his tilt. This was what we had studied so far in this chapter. After that, we had done some words meanings of the difficult words from this unit till paragraph number 4. These were the words meanings that we had done. There were total 30 words meanings so far, and you were asked to do the make the sentences of these words. I hope you have done that homework too. So this is all that we had studied in this week. Thank you.